Hello, life-changing coaches. Y'all, we are here today to talk about a very special topic. Today, we're going to talk about the biggest mistake new business owners make when setting up their businesses, especially when we deal in transformation and life change and behavioral change and all of these things that we are experts in and that we have in our brains and that are kind of non-tangibles. We always do this. We always underprice. So today we're going to talk all about how to price in a way that sets your clients up for success and sets your business up for success. So did you notice? First and foremost, I have a new sign on. I'm going to start calling y'all life-changing coaches because that is what you do. You went in business to change lives and to impact people. Tell me if I'm wrong. And so we are all life changers here, life changers. Here's what I would like you to answer for me in the comments if you are watching live on Facebook or on YouTube or on LinkedIn. Are you charging enough to set your business up for long-term success? So answer me that in the comments, please, please, please. I will see your comments come in StreamYard if you're watching in Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube. If you're listening to the podcast, answer it in your mind or leave a comment on the episode because I want to know, are you charging enough to set your business up for long-term success? And there are lots of pieces to that. That is a loaded question, right? Y'all, a while back, I really got my ass handed to me business-wise in a really unexpected way. I'm going to tell you a little bit of the story. We're not going to get into the full drama, but I'm just going to tell you this. There was a competitor, a competing coach who was poaching my clients. She was actually watching my Facebook friends list. And every time I got a new friend, she would literally like friend that person and start a conversation with them. And so whenever I would get a new client, they would become my Facebook friend. And then she would go in and start a conversation with them. So here I am investing tens of thousands of dollars and my whole life into figuring out how to make sure that I'm growing this interactive, engaging, helpful Facebook community. And I am serving my butt off for you guys for free so that you can build your businesses. And then some of you are choosing to come into my paid program. And then here's this other person coming behind me and just figuring out who my clients are and going in and trying to kind of talk to them. Now, that should not work, right? Because my clients are loyal. My clients love me and they love what I do, and they are in it for the long haul with me. So, however, what she did was really nasty, and it did affect my bottom line because she was able to get the ear of a few people. It negatively affected my business a little bit, and it also negatively impacted a few of my clients. So that's all I'm going to say about that. I don't want to go too far into the nastiness and the drama. It was really an ugly thing. I didn't love it. I didn't love it. And so I don't want to go into all that, but I want to tell you what I learned from that. Because as I dug in, here's what I noticed. The clients that she was able to like quote unquote steal from me were never really bought into in the first place. They came into the program, they were there, they did the work, but I don't know that all of them were completely people who completely bought into the process. I didn't put enough pressure on them, and that is on me. I didn't put enough pressure on them because when I really dug in, what I saw was that most of them were clients I had offered discounts to in the beginning. So they were people that had come in at a lower price than I knew they should have been paying. Today, we're going to talk about why that matters, why it matters psychologically to your client, why it matters to the bottom line of your business, how not charging enough will ruin your business. So, that's my story. That is my little story about corporate espionage on the fitness business coaching level. All right. Y'all, for those who don't know, this is the Fit Pros business show for professional fitness and health coaches. I'm Kelly Coulter. I led a dual career in fitness and in marketing for 20 years. Since then, I have helped thousands of Fit Pros bootstrap their businesses quickly without all the drama while creating a profit from day one. My mission is simple. As pros, we have a unique mix of experiences, expertise, and personality that make each one of us perfect to serve our own audience. It is my mission to help you find and serve your perfect audience so that you can step away from the gym, serve the clients you love, and make a real living doing it. I want you to serve the clients that you love and make real money. So that's why I give you the step-by-step method on how to get your first clients and how to get your next clients right now. This show, the Fit Pros Business Show, is where I empower you by teaching you the tools and the skills that give you choices in your career. All right, y'all ready to make more impact? Let's get started. All right, here's the first thing that I want to talk about when it comes to pricing. So last week we talked about how the transaction leads to transformation. And what I really dug in on there was the idea that if you don't allow your client to place a value on what you offer, that you're doing a disservice to them and a disservice to your business. Today's topic is similar, but also different because I want to talk more. I want to dig deeper into pricing appropriately. So, again, I know I said it last week, but I'm not talking about taking somebody's head off. I'm not talking about charging more than it's worth to the client. I'm not talking about I'm not talking about being like a used car salesman where you would try to charge like $5,000 for a car that's only worth $3,000. That is not what we're talking about. But most of you guys are charging like $1,000 for something that's worth $3,000. I'm going to take that back. You guys are charging like $100 for something that's worth $3,000. Tell me if I'm wrong. I see it over and over again. I think we get in our heads. I'm going to get a little bit of an aside in here before we start into the bullet points that I've planned. I'm going to get a little bit of an aside and I'm going to say this. Psychologically, as fitness pros and as beginning business owners, I think a lot of us tend to think it's going to be easier to sell if we charge a lower price. And I'd love to see in the comments if you feel like I'm off base or on track with that. But I think that we tend to feel like that we just can't get that number that has 3 zeros behind it out of our mouths without cracking. In my accelerator program, we call it the Puke Test. I like to say that your price, especially for your transformational program, should be so high that the first time you say it, you should feel like you're going to puke on your shoes. If you don't, it's not high enough. All right, so that leads right into bullet number 1 because bullet number 1, it says this: low ticket relies on high volume. All right, so you guys want to charge low ticket. And so you tell yourself this story that if you only charge let's just say I'm going to make my monthly subscription $50 a month. That feels comfortable to me. And then I'm going to add on like 3 value adds so that my program is more valuable than the lady down the street. So you do just that. And then you think that you're going to make it up because everybody's going to come rushing in because it's only $59 or it's only $45 and the other lady's charging $50, right? And then it doesn't happen and you wonder why. High volume relies on two things, y'all. If you want to sell a ton of memberships, you have to have a large audience, or at least a large-ish audience. And you have to have a super dialed in sales process. It doesn't work any other way. So a large audience and a super dialed in sales process. You guys, without either of those things, you just don't have enough people to speak to in order to bring those large numbers of people into your product. And I'll give you an example from real life. So this past week, I ran a special where I said, okay, I'm going to do early bird pricing on the live fitness business kickstart weekend that's happening in May. So if any of you don't know, I'm doing the fitness business kickstart again in May. It is going to be live. I'm running it online conference style, which means it'll be days of me teaching. I'm going to have a few guest speakers. It's going to have all the things. And by the end of that 2 days, you will have your business started, or you will have your stagnant business going again, and you will have clients and customers and sales scripts and marketing templates, all the things that you need. So I ran an early bird pricing special for that last week, and I just did like a few little things to advertise it. I didn't do a ton, and I got less than 10 registrations at the early bird price. Now, that is pretty much to be expected with early bird prices. Not a ton of people jump on those early bird prices, but it's great for letting people know that this thing is coming. But I have a group, y'all, my Facebook group has 8,500 people in it. During any 28-day span of time, I'm going to have 3,000 to 4,000 of those 8,500 instructors and trainers engaging in the group. So out of 4,000 engaged people, we only had like 10 people register for that early bird price. And this is for a super valuable 2-day event. So that's just an example of how low ticket and monetary discounts don't necessarily translate into high volume of people coming into your program. So here's the thing. Until you have been selling the thing, until you've been selling your program for months and maybe even years, you don't have a large audience because you haven't been out there delivering your message. You haven't been out there talking about the thing. You haven't been out there getting referrals. You haven't been out there with all of the people who have gone through your program, talking to their friends about it and telling them how awesome it is. So you're not going to have a large audience or a super dialed in sales process until you've been selling the thing for years. So low ticket, relying on high volume, is a long-term play. Now, most of us are new business builders. We need money. We need money in order to build the business, and we need money to be able to pay ourselves to stay motivated. So number one, low ticket relies on high volume, and high volume relies on a large audience and a super dialed in sales process. which are both long-term plays. If you're looking for a super dialed in sales process, by the way, make sure that you make a call with me because we are starting to roll some really cool stuff when it comes to sales out into the accelerator. All right, number 2, your price needs to call your clients to their highest self. So your price needs to reflect the fact that you are the experienced transformational leader they are looking for, because your clients are looking to be the biggest, highest, best version of themselves that they know they can be. And they need a leader for that. And their leader is not going to say, "Oh, it's just $100. Don't worry about it. I'll give it to you for free." It's not the way it works. The more your clients pay, the more they pay attention. I'm going to give you another example that will prove that for you. So the more they pay, the more they pay attention. I used to do the fitness business kickstart for free. I think a lot of you guys have done it with me, or you've signed up for it, but maybe didn't attend. And how many things on the internet have you signed up for or exchanged your email address for? And then you downloaded the thing and never watched it or never read it. The more people pay, the more they pay attention. The value of free in our economy has gone down. So I used to do the Kickstart for free. And then I would do all of these things to make sure that people showed up to the videos. So I would be sending out many chats. I would be sending out email. I would send out direct message reminders. I would go into the private pop-up group and basically sell the fact that you should show up for these videos. But people didn't show up because when they don't pay attention. So contrast that against when I started charging for the fitness business kickstart. I no longer had to remind people to show up for the videos. I no longer had to beg people to come in and pay attention to me. They committed with their dollars. So they come in and they pay attention. And now I get better testimonials because they came in, they paid attention, they did the things, and now they got the results. If you can't even get them to show up because you gave it to them at too low of a price, they're never going to get results. So if they pay and if they commit with their dollars and if they pay an appropriate amount, they will be more accountable for themselves and they will work harder, which means you will end up with testimonials. And testimonials are the biggest way that you can use to get more clients. Because when you have testimonials from people who look and act and sound like your prospective client, it's the best way for them to know this is going to work for me. Aside from like their mom recommending it, that's going to be the best way for them to know that this thing can work for me because it worked for Susie, who looks and acts and feels like me. All right, so they will be accountable and they will work harder. You will get more testimonials. I want to talk about the difference in experience, in your experience as a business owner, between serving 100 clients at $200 each for 6 months versus serving 10 clients at $2,000 each and changing each of their friggin' lives. Okay, so let's just say that you were able to hustle your butt off. Let's say you've got a Facebook group that's got 10,000 people in it. and you say, hey, guess what? I'm about to do a 6-month program and it's going to change your friggin' life and it's only $200. And let's just say by some miracle, 1% of those people signs up. That's 100 clients at $200 each. So online marketing averages will tell us that 2 to 5% of your audience is ready to buy from you at any given time. So if you had a group of, is 100 1% of 10,000? Hold on, I'm going to check and make sure. Yes. Okay. So you sold 100 and you made $20,000. So you've got $20,000 and you are going to serve these people for 6 months and you are going to get them results. So they paid 200 and they show up for the first month. By the second month, they're feeling unmotivated. They want to eat some chocolate ice cream. They want to do all the things. And they're like, you know what? I just paid $200. It's really easy for them to disrespect or disregard that investment that they've made. So what happens is you get drop off, you get drop off, you get drop off. By the end, you will experience that you've got about 10 people that stay all the way to the end. So 10 people stay all the way to the end. You made $20,000 and you get a couple really good testimonials out of your people. So I want to contrast that against you charging them $2,000. Okay, so $2,000 is not out of the question for a life-changing 6-month program. So you charge $2,000, and I know that's a Puke Test price, and I know it's really hard for that to come out of your mouth, and you serve 10 clients. So only 0.01 of your entire 10,000 person audience comes in because it's $2,000. But you now serve your butt off for those 10 people because you don't have 100 people that you're worrying about trying to get engaged in your program. You're able to just focus on your 10 people. Maybe you're able to meet with every single one of them every week or every couple weeks. Maybe you're able to offer them personalized incentives because you've only got 10 to get to know. You know each of their names. You know what exercises they like and what exercises they hate. You can call them out in class. You can talk to them about their specific problems and issues. You can love and serve the heck out of them because you've only got 10. That is the way that you change lives, people. $200 for a 6-month program is not gonna do it. Let me know if you've got questions there. So number three reason that you have to charge appropriate prices is that appropriate prices are the only way to stay in business. So I described it last week and I'm going to describe it again this week. Most of us price our new offers like this. We say, hey, I'm going to start a business. And because we're fitness pros, those businesses are fairly low overhead. There's a fairly low barrier of entry. We don't have to do a lot in order to start a business. So we say, hey, I'm going to start a business. And we start delivering that product. And no. First, we look around and we say, okay, what should I charge? And so we do our research and we see the studio down the road is charging this. The other personal trainer down the road is charging this. So I'm going to go with the lowest of those. And then I'm going to go just a skosh lower because, quote unquote, I want to be competitive. So we go a little lower And then we start adding the value adds because we think that we have got to have value adds in order to entice people to work with us. So not only are we charging less than the guy down the street, but now we're giving even more than the guy down the street. And so we're low, we're adding more onto our price. And what we don't realize, sorry, we're adding more value into our offer. And what we don't realize is that that guy that we're competing against on price is broke. He's not making any money at the price that he's charging, which means that we are never going to make money on at the price that we're charging, and we've added more stuff to it. So, what happens if you watch the fitness industry is that these guys that are on the low end go out of business. Now, their clients are not getting the life changing transformation that you are capable and born to deliver because you can't stay in business. And the other guy goes out of business too. And then a whole new crop of fitness pros comes in and perpetuates the cycle because they don't know any better either. And because they want to charge low prices and they want to tell themselves that they will make it up by having high volume. Because, hey, we're one to many businesses, right? You have to feed your new business what it needs so that you can stick around and so that you can deliver an excellent product, so that you can deliver all of those value adds that you want to be able to deliver. You must pay yourself as well as your business if you want to stay in business. So whatever it costs you to stay in business, your price has to be 10 to 100 times bigger than that. It's the only way that you can stay in business. If you don't charge enough to stay in business, you are doing yourself and your clients a disservice. All right, y'all, let me know if any of that makes sense. Let me know what questions you have on that stuff. So, first, we talked about how low ticket relies on high volume, and high volume relies on a larger audience and a super dialed in sales process, both of which are long term bets. And then the second thing we talked about is calling your clients to their highest selves. They're looking for a leader and they know that they want to be their highest selves. They want you to show them that you are the person to lead them there. And part of what helps them see that is you respecting yourself enough to ask for the money. Because there is a huge difference in your experience in leading these people. There's a huge difference between serving 100 clients for $200 each versus serving 10 clients for $2,000 each. Both of those will make you $20,000, but one of them will change lives. And the third thing is that I want you to stay in business. You have to feed your business what it needs so that you can deliver an excellent product. You have to be able to pay yourself. You have to be able to pay all of the operating expenses, and you have to be able to put profit aside. If you do not charge enough, you are doing yourself and your clients a disservice because you are not going to be around in 6 months. All right, y'all. That is what I've got for you today. Thursday on the, I've got the wrong thing here. Yes, Thursday on Instagram Live, I'm going to be with Christine Conti, and she's bringing a guest with her. We're going to be talking about bar flow. We're going to be talking about all kinds of things because Christine Conti knows all the stuff. So join me on Instagram Live, same time, 3:00 p.m. Eastern on Instagram Live on Thursday. And if you would like to know more about charging prices, or if you need some brainstorming or support on charging prices that nurture your businesses and your clients, I want you to book a call with me. I'm going to put my call link into the comments. It may not go everywhere, but I do have it in a lot of different places. It's calendly.com, calendly.com/Kelly dash Coulter slash diagnose, because I'm going to diagnose your business. I'm going to give you some quick tips that can help you to create more income and create more transformation with your people. And then if you are right for one of my programs, I will suggest another way that could be your next step so that you can keep learning and developing. But I do not ever try to sell you anything you don't need. I don't want you to feel like you're going to come onto this call and get pitched. That's not what I do. I get to know you. I get to know your business. I might give you a few options, and then I might tell you about a program that you're right for, if there is a program that you're right for. And then we will schedule a separate call if there's going to be any kind of like sales process there. Like, so if I think that you're right for the accelerator and you are looking for that kind of support, we'll schedule a separate call for that. I want you to feel safe creating one of those calls for me, calendly.com/Kelly-Coulter/diagnose. That's going to get you one of those diagnosis calls where I can help you find the gap between where you are and where you want to be. All right. All right. So I want to hear what you think. Y'all, please comment and contribute to the conversation. If you are watching on YouTube, please make sure that you like and subscribe. And if you are watching on Facebook, make sure you're in the Grow Your Fitness Business for instructors, trainers, and coaches Facebook group, because that's my primary audience location. That's where I spend the most time in all of my audiences. That's where we network, support, and train. And I can't wait to support you there. No matter where you're watching or listening, I have a favor to ask. Please go to Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or Spotify right now and leave me a review. Your reviews really help all of these quick wins that I deliver for you guys to land in the hands of other fit pros like you who can really benefit from the information and advice. So by leaving a review, you're helping me, you're helping yourself, and you're helping the industry. All right. And if you're looking for a way to thank me for the free business building info I bring to you each week, your payment for this show is to pay it forward. Share this broadcast with a friend by using the share button. Don't just tell them to look for the fit, or sorry, if you don't see the share button, then you can just tell them to look for the Fit Pros Business Show podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google. All right, y'all, that's what I have got for you. I will see you on Thursday.